Hey, it's your boy Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. First off, I want to apologize. I definitely recorded a review for episode 9. Definitely thought I uploaded it and deleted it because I thought I didn't need it. Sorry about that. Episode 9 was great. It was a for Zenkaiger, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, of course. Um, it was a nice continuation from 8, introducing Two Kaiser and giving us more time with him, and also the whole thing where he was like not being careful with the humans and willing to like put them in danger to defeat the bad guy. So I liked that. They also talked a little bit more about their backstory and how essentially the design of Two Kaiser came from Flint being a huge, big, old, gigantic fan of the Go-Kaigers, and she basically says, "Oh, because Seichan actually, the little robot, is like, hey, why do your suit was just like looks just like a Go-Kaiger? Oh, the Go-Kaigers? Yeah, I just kind of like their style, so I stole it." That's the explanation we get. Anyway, that's episode 9. It's 2 episodes ago. Episode 11, really awesome. So this gives us more backstory on Flint specifically. It's a Flint focus along with the two brothers, Ricky and Katsunara. The main focus of it being that she talks about eventually with Kaito that she because the plot of the episode has this Onigoku monster, which is like this tag monster essentially. Tags you, turns you into an Oni. You just keep tagging other people nonstop, and even if you don't want to, it controls you and makes you do it until everybody is an Oni, a demon. And so that's what world monster is, the Onigoku world monster. And so it gets Ricky and Katsunar. They're arguing about what food is better at this marketplace, and he comes up behind them and boom, taps them both, and they're both, it, if you will. And so, anyway, she has a flashback that she shares with Kaito about how when they entered Estitopia, the same thing happened. It reminded her of the last time when she feels like she kind of failed. Sorry, my hair looks a little bit of a mess. She failed to keep her brother safe. They had an argument, went to go fight the enemy, and they got cursed. I'm not sure how they got cursed, if like the enemy did it, the Tojotendos themselves, if entering Estitopia did it. I'm sure we'll get more details, like actual episode all entirely them in Estitopia and that being cursed and all of that. But I really like this like slow burn of backstory for them. And like we've gotten focus on Zox, and now we've gotten some more focus on Flint and how intelligent she is during the different fights and the tags that they're doing throughout. With it's really a really funny episode. Everybody when they get tagged, the Zenkaigers, they don't want to do it, but they're being forced to clearly. So like, no, you got to run away, blah blah blah. I'm like telling people to run away, even though it will stop them from tagging them. It's really funny. Some really good moments to talk about how Kaito says that when he was younger he was the best at tag, but he can't do it by himself now. Like if just because he's able to get away, that doesn't help him defeat the monster. And so at one point, he says Ryoku Zenkai to her, and she goes, "What's that mean?" He's like, "Oh, it means full power, full force, blah blah blah." And she's like, "Where'd that come from?" He's like, "Oh, from my parents. They created our gear." And he pulls up a gear, and he gives it to her to look at. And she's like, "Huh?" And that's when the Onigoku monster comes in with some of the other Zenkaigers, and so she escapes. And she goes, "Hmm." And he says something about a game. She goes, "Game." And she looks at the gear, goes away. So we have Kaito kind of leading the team all around, finally gets them all to transform, and Zox comes in, Two Geyser comes in, bops him on the head. The monster, and tag, you're it, tops the game. And Flint comes in and gives him, first thing he does though when he attacks first, she gives him a gear that is, I think it's a Geki Ranger gear, which is cool because in the Gearlinger itself, when you put other Sentai gears into it, like for the other shows and stuff, that the mobile rates never said, it just says Sentaiger for some reason, and then that's it. But anyway, so it gives him, she modified and made a copy of the gears that they have for some of the Sentai, but then he uses the Sixth Ranger's power. So it's kind of cool, kind of like a play on Guy a little bit. But yeah, he uses Geki Chopper's little like rhino fist choppy thing. Um, yeah, so he taps the monster, and she says that she made the gear, and that she realized that it's a game. They have to tap him on the head to win, and that somehow on the back, well, she doesn't mention this, but on the back of him, that'll come into play as well. So he uses another gear, Zox. He uses the Ninja gear, so that gives him Shurikenger's power. He does the 100, whatever, this like 1,000 baseball strike thing. I never watched Hurricaneger. I've heard it's really goofy, but which makes sense because Ninja Storm is also. I'm getting a morpher of that, by the way. I'll have to review that on Toku Toy Views. But anyway, so he does a one of attack based off Shinkenger, so that's really cool. Or not Shinkenger, sorry, Shurikenger. Both samurai. And baseball attack beats him up. And then right after that, they do their 5-member team finish buster, Zenkai finish buster, and destroy the monster. It then grows big, of course. And it's Jiragawan fighting it, of course, and Vrumajin as well. They're kind of getting their butts kicked. They're also trying not to get tagged. Zox comes in with the one crocodile, ship thing, and it separates into two parts. And Ricky and Katnar want to get revenge for being turned into Oni and being, messed with. And so they come in and they combine, and then we get like their first mecha forms, kind of like their pre-transformation forms. They like shoot at him with one. The other one has a blade slashing at him, and then they trick him and have him take his attention to the rest of the Zenkaigers. They fight him, and they go like around the planet and come back up and back in the back of the head, and then beep 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 beep, pulls him up. The episode's really crazy. It's really good. We get some really nice tender moments between Kaito and Flint, getting her backstory and her kind of understanding them more. Flint or Kaito understanding them more. The pirates. We get some more just back and forth with her and Zox, and that yes, she's similar to Zox in terms of like being a pirate and like stealing and whatever, but she's a little more, a bit stuck with her emotions and a little bit more like willing to like show compassion than her brother is. I think that'll start to change for Zox. I think something will come up pretty soon that'll be the turn for him. Next episode preview shows them, it looks like, doing a change together. I don't know if it's fully that yet because I don't know why he'd exactly joined just yet, but it's looking really good. So the episode overall was a lot of fun, very, very quick. I'm sorry that I hurried through the explanation for that, but some really, really good fights, really nice back and forth between the characters and stuff. There's a funny moment in the beginning. It's Kaito and Vroon talking, and they see Flint and Katsunar and Ricky, the SD bots or whatever, and the monster comes in and they transform after Katsunar and Ricky get transformed into Oni, and as they're transforming, Flint just walks up with like, hey, what's going on? As they're transforming, he just doesn't care. And then another cute thing near the end of it, Zox does his little, Kaizo Kuropawa, two guys up. And as he does the little thing like that, not only Ricky and Katsunar do it, but his sister does too. I thought that was kind of cute. So, again, we're getting a lot of nice character interaction here. We're really, these episodes aren't necessarily pushing the main plot forward as much, but we are getting a lot of really good team building here. Just as like the first few episodes before Zox was introduced gave us a lot with Vroon, Majin, Juran, and Galan, and Kaito. This is now focusing 3 in a row on Zox and Flint and the SD bots to give them their backstory and kind of their reasoning for why they are who they are and what they're trying to do. I would say, this isn't a point against this episode, I would say that I'm hoping for a bit more villain-focused things coming soon. Bokuwas is interesting, but I feel like he's going to eventually get either assimilated or destroyed or something, and Ijiru's going to be the main takeover because he's way more of a threat than I feel like Bokuwas is. I mean, an episode's not complete with Bokuwas doing this slamming the ground and they jump up because he hits the ground so hard. We do see a little tiny thing in the end that was cool, which was Ijiru and some of the little Hudaks behind him working on the Battle Caesar robo, which is based off the Battle Fever robo from Battle Fever J. Because clearly, if you didn't know this, my goodness, I'll explain it again like it's gone all over Twitter. Clearly, the design influence for Stay Caesar is Battle Japan, because it's purposeful though, not just because they wanted to, because technically Battle Fever J, before they changed things, was technically the first season to be called Super Sentai. So it was Super Sentai blah blah blah, Super Sentai whatever the name of it is, Battle Fever J. And then Toei actually retroactively went back and said back to Go Ranger is all Super Sentai. But at first it was starting with Battle Fever J. So that's why. So it's like this first Sentai versus first Sentai, between him and Kaito. So, especially with his powers being kind of a warped version of things, it's just like a play on that. So, a lot of people are like, oh, it looks like Akaba Ranger. Well, yeah, but Akaba Ranger, other than having a random sound in the Girtlinger, has not been at all, like, fully talked about or like accepted by like Sentai canon, if you will, if there is like a Sentai canon. So we'll wait on that. We might get that, we might not, who knows. But overall, a fantastic episode, very fast paced like most of the season. There were some slower moments though. It was a little slower paced in certain parts than other episodes recently. But I like that we've gotten a 3-episode stretch here to give a lot of really good backstory to Zox and Flint and their brothers, who they are before they like fully join the team. I think that they'll never say that they are, but they will eventually fully join the team. Next episode is some kind of slow world or slow something, and it's also the introduction of Battle Caesar Robo, so Stay Caesar and / Stacy is coming back into it. and it showed Zox, I think, and Juron not getting along. I'm pretty sure, so that'll be good. Some little character conflict there will be good to see. But overall, like I said, really good episode. I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. I didn't love it as much as the last two, but it was still really good and it was still fun, both as a fun Zenkaiger episode where you can turn your brain off and just kind of have a good time, and also as a good backstory, get us up to speed episode. Another quick thing I want to talk about, seeing a lot of things on Twitter going about this, with Sentai in general, and Rider to an extent, there's a lot of people online that get really mad either way. Either they get mad at people that are, for some reason, loving the Sentai and want to shit on them for it, and the people on that side that are getting mad at the other people for shitting on it. Now, I understand that every single solitary season of Sentai has its fans, as does Rider, Ultraman, Garo, all tokusatsu. So just, like, enjoy the ones you want to enjoy, and, like, find a group of people that you get along with that you know also share that same interest and that same love for that stuff for those seasons, and then just stick with that group. Like, I get social media gets kind of murky because you see everything everywhere and blah blah blah, and it's hard to filter things out, but just a lot of people getting ridiculous online. There was this person online that basically was trying to say screw anyone that likes Super Sentai over Power Rangers, and then all of a sudden got really racist about things too, and it was really ridiculous. I had to call him out on it. But just in general, enjoy the seasons you like. Zenkaiger is clearly supposed to be a upbeat, goofy, very, whimsical season. It's going to have its moments of clarity and its moments of narrative strength and backstory, but it's going to have some fun times at the heart of it as well. So just enjoy it for that. And if you don't, that's okay. But you don't need to rain on someone else's parade just because they like it. And I'm not anyway trying to tell anybody what to do or threaten anybody or whatever, but just let people enjoy what they're going to enjoy. Don't gatekeep and be weird and act like, how dare you enjoy this? How could you possibly? You don't, because they could possibly, because you don't know their tastes. You don't know who they are, and they're their own person. Just because I'm a huge Kamen Rider build stan doesn't mean that someone else isn't. There's people that don't like Kamen Rider build, people that hate Ghost and X8, and I like them. Same thing with Sentai. There's people that loved Ryu Soldier and some people that thought it was a boring piece of trash. That's okay. They're wrong. But anyway, just in general, be nice, be chill. That's all I got to say. Coming up on the channel, we'll be doing, I did the part 2 of the build retrospective. We'll get part 3 out there pretty soon. It's a shorter one because that's just the ending, so I'll get that out there as soon as I can. Toku Toy Views, definitely. I just ordered, and I'm beginning soon, the DX Metal Cluster Hopper key, progress key for Kamen Rider 01. So I'm going to review that, show what it does in the driver, all that good stuff. And then also got a really good deal. I was watching a sale for a Nimpu Sentai, or is it Nimpu Sentai? Whatever, blah 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 Sentai Hurricaneer. I think it's Nimpu Sentai Hurricaneer. Anyway, the Hurricane Gyro / Wind Morpher from Ninja Storm. I've wanted one for a while. I have SPD, I have Down Thunder. I wanted to complete the 3 in a row of my favorite seasons of the Disney era and get that one as well, but it's always ridiculously priced, and I found it for a great price, and then because I was watching it, I got emailed an offer for it being cheaper. I was like, bloop. I took it. So that'll be here, I think, in June, so that'll take a bit for that Toku Toy View to come out, but the Cluster Hopper will come out pretty soon once I get it. I think it should be Sunday or Monday. But yeah, so definitely Toku Toy Views. Next retrospective, I think, is going to be Geo. I haven't really decided yet. I think I want to rewatch a little bit of it just to kind of get my mind in gear. Yeah, anyway, and also, I'm an idiot. This is Zenkaiger episode 11 review, Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, my goodness. Anyway, you'll see it in the title. But anyway, like I said, really enjoyed the episode, 9 out of 10. More content coming, Toku Toy Views. The last part of the retrospective for Build, going on with Geo and going forward. If you guys have any comments you'd like to leave below, likes in the video, shares, I appreciate that. Watching the video, of course. Thank you so much for subscribing. We're at almost 180 subscribers. Really enjoy that. Thank you. It's just kind of a fun thing I do in my free time, but I appreciate the support. But yeah, overall, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time with more patented hooked on henshins finger guns. Bye-bye. See you later. See you later. Bye-bye.